Hi everyone, Lucy Jeffrey here. I'm using my TV studio to answer a few questions that have been asked by several people. Some of them are lawyers, and I thought I'll come here and answer the questions. I serve, the Entrepreneur Nation serves lawyers and other licensed professionals, and I talk to them on a daily basis. So I've been asked a few questions that I want to talk about, but I didn't want to give a shout out to the Entrepreneur Nation. As you all know, I started the Entrepreneur Nation in 2018, and we are in our fifth year now. We've actually finished 5 years, and I thought that it's a great thing that we have done. We have built a network. I'm not the only one, several of us. And now I'm actually even attracting sponsors to the TV. You all know that I host the Entrepreneur TV. It's a business segment on Rogers TV. It's there every single day on cable channel 13. But I want to give a shout out to my newest sponsor of the TV show. Alex Validi. You've seen me talking about Alex all the time. Alex is a commercial litigation lawyer with Mackenzie Lake Lawyers. Alex has really helped us a lot here within the Entrepreneur Nation. He has been able to help me to grow the Guelph chapter. And because of that, I really want to recognize, I want all of you to know Alex, and I want all of you, if you're in the Guelph area, to support him. His phone number is right there. His extension is right there. His email. Alex is on LinkedIn. And if you find that you're uncomfortable reaching out to the lawyer, you can reach out to me and I'll be able to get in touch with Alex. He's the one who leads the Guelph chapter of the Entrepreneur Nation. But I've been asked a couple of questions, and I write a lot. I'm always posting there. But this time I've decided to go live so I can answer these questions, because there are a couple of questions that I really want you to hear from me. First of all, I have been asked, why do I post a lot on social media? And even somebody asked me, are you okay? Are you okay, Lucy? Why do you post so much? And I told them that's my therapy. That's my therapy. Being an immigrant in Canada, coming here without my family. My son was 6 years old. As my son grew up, I didn't need people to talk to. And social media became my family. So whenever I'm talking on social media, I'm talking to my family. I think all of you have never been in a situation where you did not have anyone to talk to. Really, no one. You came here, you knew nobody, and you have to talk. Like, we are human beings. So I made social media my family. So whenever I go there, I talk the way I'm talking to a family member. If I have a situation, I go and talk to my family members on social media. So social media became my therapy. But as I'm using my therapy, it also became my business, right? I made social media my business. And as I made it my business, I also made it my marketing too. So everything I do there, it's a marketing strategy. People don't know that I've grown my network the way I've grown it through social media. I came here without knowing anyone. How come I know 19,000 people on social media, on LinkedIn, where you are, right? So it's my therapy, it's my marketing tool, it's my business. I don't have any other business. I left my job in the banking sector about 10 years ago in 2013, and I've not turned back. I've not turned back because of social media. So please just understand that I am doing my business. I'm going to work. And as I go to work on a daily basis, I'm going on social media. So that's my work. I make 3 posts on my LinkedIn post profile. And then I make 2 or 3 posts on the Entrepreneur Nation page. Then I go on Facebook. I make 3 posts on my Facebook profile. I make 1 post on the Entrepreneur Nation page. And I also make posts on the Entrepreneur Nation groups, because I have groups on Facebook. So that's my full-time job. I do social media as a full-time job. I know there are some people saying sometimes, oh, Lucy, you need to give this work to people to do for you. I cannot give away my job. right? That's my job. Social media is my job. That's what I do on a full-time basis to build the network. I'm a salesperson. I'm a business development person. So everything I'm doing there, it's a sales job. Every post I make are the ones that have grown my business. So I want you to understand that I'm okay. I'm a normal human being, but I'm doing my business on social media. I have grown a big business through social media. If you do what I'm doing, you will be also successful. So just do what I'm doing and you will be very successful. But today, I have been asked a question by a lawyer that I think I need to answer. And like I said, I think I'm connected to 5,000 lawyers on my social media. So the question he asked me is, Lucy, were you scared when you left your job in the banking sector and you're a single mom, you're an immigrant, you don't have family, now you are going to do business in Canada that you didn't even know what needs to be done? I didn't know business laws, I didn't know anything. Were you scared? And yes, I was scared. That's the answer to my question. But I'm a risk taker, right? I take risks. Even coming to Canada from Kenya was a risk that I took, right? So if you don't take a risk, you'll never know what is on the other side. You have to take a risk, of course, a calculated risk. I'm not telling you to jump over a cliff. I'm not telling you to jump in the ocean if you don't know how to swim, but everyone has to take some risk. For you to be successful, all the millionaires that you have seen, all successful people took a risk, one or two or three. So I decided to take a risk in 2013 to go full time in business. And I remember working at TD Bank, my manager, my immediate manager said, Lucy, you actually taking a big risk. They all knew my story. They knew I'm an immigrant to Canada. They knew I only have my son, nobody else. Why are you going? You're saying you're going to do a business. What type of a business? So they escalated to the senior manager. They are all connected to me there on LinkedIn. There's no top secret here. And I remember the manager saying, Lucy, we can, if you are willing to go to Toronto, we can get you a $100,000 job now. Because I was a very good performer. And I said it was not about money. I just want to go and try something. I want to try something else and see how it works. And I asked the manager, would you be willing to accept me back if things don't work out? He said yes. We will definitely be happy to accept you back. Of course, he couldn't promise the same position. I was a supervisor in the bank that time. They called it resource officer. Obviously, it was not promising that I'll get the same job. But if I made an application, even today at TD Bank, I feel confident that they would welcome me back because I was a good employee, great employee, very reliable. I worked very hard. So I have no doubt in my mind that any employer would want to hire me. So that's how I left. I left and decided, let me go and try something. And it's always good to try before you are old, right? At that time, I was in my early 40s, I believe. I must have been 46 or 45. And I decided, let me go and try something instead of waiting to start at 60 and 70 to start a business. So I went out and started a nail salon. I owned a nail salon. I'm a nail technician. I can do nails. I can do facials. I can do everything. I'm an esthetician. I learned all that. But I realized very quickly after 3 years that that's not what I was interested in. That's not, I love it. I love owning a salon, but that's not what I wanted to do. And that's a story for another day. So I left and went to teach people social media. And so really social media became my full-time business after I closed my salon. So what I've done since I think 2015 or 2016 is just social media. That's how I've grown my business. That's the only business I know. So, if you want to go into business for yourself, you have to learn to take a risk. But this is what I've told that lawyer and others who talk to me. You don't just jump, right? You don't jump and go to start a business. Even me, I did not jump. I started a salon in my basement, and I saw that I was having clients, even neighbors were coming to my salon. And I thought, if I take it to a retail store, then I'll have all these clients who are coming now and other clients that are passing by. So you plan ahead, plan one year ahead, and plan to go on your own. Don't jump, or don't wait to be fired, because people can be fired also. Don't wait for that. Plan, meet with me, because I've been doing this. I've been serving licensed professionals and say, Lucy, how can I get out there safely? This is what I tell licensed professionals. I can help you with everything else to start your business. The only thing I can't help you is the licensed area. So we can help you to build our website. We have a web developer who is great for about $1,000, because there are some people who told me that they are being charged $5,000. Our web developer, if you're a member of the Entrepreneur Nation, it's $1,000. We can help you with the website. We can help you to set up your social media. We can help you with everything that you need in terms of business development. But the licensed area is the one that we don't touch. That one you have to deal with your licensing institution or other licensed professionals in my network can help you. So if you're planning to start your own business, maybe next year, maybe 2 years from now, start talking to me now. Let's start working. I've helped some lawyers, and I'm not going to mention names. If they want, they can comment here, to start their own law firms. They started the licensing side of things, and I helped them with business development and connected them to my network, so that you have a resource base to serve your clients. If you're going to go out there and you have not even connected with other licensed professionals, then it means that you don't have anyone to serve your clients, and there's nothing to entice your client to come to you. It really has to be a well thought out process before you leave. I always tell people, the others who are not in licensed areas, if you're going to start a business, talk to me. Because if you start a business that I cannot help you to grow, there's nothing I can do. People reach out to me and say, I started this type of business. I now want to join your network. I'm like, I don't think I can be able to help you. So talk to me first before you start any business, so we see if it's a business that we can help you to grow inside my network. And if we can, we'll help you. But if you start a business that I can't promote, unfortunately, I can't help you. There are people who have come to me and they started a business in the industry that I cannot promote. There are some industries that I don't feel comfortable to talk about, because when you're in my network, it means that I'm here to promote you. Our regional directors are here to promote you. But if I don't feel comfortable with what you're doing, maybe socially, I will not talk about alcohol and beer on my social media. I will not talk about cannabis on my social media. So there's nothing wrong with those businesses. But if it's a business that I cannot feel comfortable to promote, then I can't be able to help you. Right? So let's talk ahead of time. If you're doing this with the intentions of me helping you to grow that business, then let's work together from get go, so you're not coming to me at the last minute. All right. So when it comes to starting a business, talk to Lucy. Don't let your job go before you are well established in your business, right? Because you have to think about your kids, you have to think about your family, you have to think about the mortgage that you're paying now with that job, right? So don't let the job go before you start. So I'm very careful in terms of what I'm advising people to do. I cannot tell you to leave the job if you don't have an income or you don't have savings to take care of yourself before this business can take care of your expenses. So I'll give you a good example. When I worked in the banking sector, there's no top secret. My take home after my mortgage and all the deductions and all that, my take home cash take home was 2,300. When I worked 2013 was 2,300. My take home. So when I went into business, I asked myself, can I be able to do something that will bring me my take home? 2,300 a month, right? There are some of you look at the gross income and you're saying that's what you want to make. No, when you're self-employed, you want to make enough to take care of you and your family. If it is 2,500, if it's 5,000, if it's 10,000, it's up to you. That's what you need to ask yourself. Can I survive? Can I be able to make enough money that is equivalent to your take home now? So my take home was 2,300. I made sure that everything I did was within 2,300. Some of my business partners, I've shared with them that even when I started my company and my company started doing very well, I continued paying myself what was my take home. I knew that my company was able to pay me more, but I still continued earning my take home and operating within that budget. So for first 2-3 years, you have to operate within a budget so that as the business is growing, you know that you can sustain yourself, you can sustain that income, you can sustain your lifestyle. But there are some things in your lifestyle that you have to let go. There are some things you have to let go, right? If you're in business and you're starting, the business is not going to grow like overnight like that, right? So there are some things you might look at and say, I can do away with going on vacation for only 1 year. I can do away with going on vacation. That's why these days they have something called staycation. You can do a staycation for the first year and 2 years as you grow your business. They say that it's a pain that you want to do, it's an immediate pain for a long term gain. So you can take an immediate pain now, reduce a few things now with hopes that your business is going to do well so that you can have a long term gain. So you don't have to actually have everything that you have at your job when you're doing your business. You can reduce a few things, but then have only the necessary things. So if you're a lawyer, I would suggest that you start building your own client base now, right? If you're planning to live in the next 2 to 3 years, start having your own book of business. I find associate lawyers who are not willing to join our network. They are not willing to join any networking group to build their own book of business. If you are at a law firm and you're only working on other people's book of business, you don't have your own book of business. And because you don't have your own book of business, how can you live? Right? When you leave all those clients. So if I were you, I would talk to the management and say that I'm building my own book of business. I'm joining this networking group, and the clients that I'll find there are my own. It's my own book of business. Then, what I've seen, some lawyers are also not willing to pay for our membership. Our membership is less than $100 a day. They tell me that I have to wait for the firm to pay. So that means that you're not looking at your own individual future, right? Because when the firm pays, that's a firm membership. If you ever leave, the firm will give me a replacement for you. You cannot continue them because it's not your membership. But if you pay from your own sources, then it's your membership. You can keep it even when you leave the firm. Right? So that's why I always say, talk with me, listen to me, understand me. I always talk with these lawyers and ask them, where is your journey taking you? Why are you joining our membership? What do you want to do with it? Maybe I want to build my own client base, my own book of business so I can be promoted in the same law firm to a partner level. Awesome. Or maybe I want to do this so I can build my own client base and one day start my own company, my own firm. Awesome. So I sometimes want to understand where people are going with this. So this month of July, we have been talking to our members to say, what is the future of your practice? What is the future of your business? Because I need to know your future, where your future is taking you, so we can align ourselves with your future, because we are here to serve you. So let me know where the future is taking you so we can be able to align ourselves with your future. So I've been asked other questions. I have been asked why I'm reducing my work. I'm reducing my work. I've been doing a lot. But even as I reduce, I'm getting more busy. I think personally leading about 18 chapters, if I'm not wrong. Every day I'm in a chapter meeting, either virtual meeting or in person. So this is the business I started, and I wanted to, I think I've told all of you, I wanted to have 100 clients, 100 members, and serve them personally. It was my retirement business. I wanted to serve them personally, so I wanted to do something for my retirement. But it turned out that the network grew. It turned out that other people wanted to do what I'm doing. So it has started growing and started growing. So I thought that I'll help other people do what I'm doing. I support them so that they can do what I'm doing. Anyone can lead a chapter meeting with my help. We always come up with the agenda. The agenda is universal. What they are doing in Calgary is what they are doing in Toronto. So I will sit here and come up with the agenda and everything and the topics for discussion, and then ask specific members to lead the chapter. So the title of regional director is somebody who is directing the meeting. So why do I have to do that? Why do I have to chair 18 meetings a month? Why can't we have other people doing it so I can help to grow the network? So with that said, I decided to take a step back from leading the meetings, but I'm very much involved. So I'm appointing regional directors, leaders to lead our chapters so I can be able to grow. Now, what I'm doing, I'm growing chapters. So I'm still going to start chapters because I love that. I love business development. I love reaching out to people. I have so many contacts myself. So start a chapter and lead the group. And within 2 to 3 months, 4 months, then I'll be able to transition it to a regional director within the same chapter. So I'm constantly reaching out to our members and saying, if you feel that you want to develop your leadership with my help, or if you feel that you want to lead other licensed professionals, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll help you to do that. So the plan is to expand, but with me not inside everywhere. Right? I want to be there, but supporting, not always being on the front line, because I can see others are able to be on the front line and we'll all be able to work together. I love my social media. That's something I'm not going to give away. That's something I'll continue to do. I have been asked questions about the book. I'm writing a book. There's no secret that my company processed over $1 million. We are way up above that, but I'm just focusing on 1 million. And these are sales, right? When I say processed $1 million, it's 1 million in sales processed. And I would hate for you to call me a millionaire because I'm not. So I'm not going to be called a millionaire by anybody, but my company, the corporation, processed over $1 million from when we started to now. And during the pandemic, the pandemic hit. I lost so many chapters. I was actually in other countries and we all lost all that. So during the pandemic, I was actually rebuilding. So I was able to rebuild with the help of our regional directors, and we were able to process over $1 million. This is huge. And our membership is only $97. How can you process over $1 million while you are charging only $97? It means that we have served so many people, right? I was coached by my American mentors, because I told you my business mentors are Americans. They coached me and they told me that the more people you help, the more you'll be successful. So I could sit there and charge people 20,000, 30,000 per person, 20,000, whatever I want to charge people, because I'm capable of doing that. But I decided not to do that. I decided to offer our members uh, support for their businesses for less than $100 a month. So they pay $97, and that is including taxes. And if you calculate, it's like $2.80 a day. And if you divide that by 8 hours, it's almost like a couple of cents an hour. And I offer this service to lawyers who charge $500 an hour, $400 an hour. That's not where I belong, where I'm saying that I need to charge them what they are charging. Right? I want to support people. I want people to make more money than me. And by doing that, they have been able to send more people to us and have benefited that way. So many of my clients have made more money than me. right? So, and that's where I belong. I want to see others successful. I'm a former high school teacher. I want to see others successful. Let them be successful, they will help me, right? Think about me as a teacher. Teachers will teach people. My students that I taught in the early 90s, some of them are doctors, some of them are engineers, some of them are lawyers. But guess what? If I needed help by a doctor in Kenya, I know who to call. My students. If I need anything in Kenya, my lawyers, anybody, my students, right? So teachers are very happy when people do well. You don't have to be doing as well as them, but we are happy when they do well. And if we do well, all of us together, it's what I posted there and said, all shapes rise up together, right? If we can all rise up together, that's where I belong. I belong in the area where people are working together and being successful together. And if you are that kind of a person who want to share what you have with somebody else, who want to see somebody else's family, succeeding as your family is succeeding. You are the kind of a person who want to go on vacation, but you want to help somebody else also go on vacation. You are my type. And that's why I'm constantly looking for like-minded people. And you can see our leaders, our regional directors, are people who are like me, who are saying, you know what, Lucy, I see what you're doing. It makes sense to me. I also want to help people. So thank you so much. I think those are the questions that I have today. And if you have any more questions for me, I'm willing to answer them. I don't do live videos often, but if I like typing, right now I'm using artificial intelligence, even to write my own book, and I'll show you how to do that. So if you want to learn how to use artificial intelligence, that's another area I've really investigated very fast and focusing on that and moving forward and making my processes easier. I host a TV show. It's not only for the members of the Entrepreneur Nation. If you ever have something you want to say on TV, on cable TV, I don't believe there's any other networking group that will offer you that. Please come to me and let's talk. So, with that said, thank you so much. And please keep watching, keep reading. I'm happy with the people who are saying that they read my post even on Sundays. I want to share what is in my hand, I want to share what is here or even on Sunday, because why am I keeping it if it can help somebody else? So that's where I'm coming from. And I believe as a teacher that I need to share my knowledge. And so whatever comes here, I share it and get it out so somebody else can benefit from that. Thank you so much and have an awesome day. Bye bye.